So this hand we can keep because we have a turn 1 Vial, or we have a turn 1 Arbiter or Thalia, depending on what the opponent does. Map, all right, so this might be a hand where we want turn 1 Arbiter, because if they're going to map us, on second thought they have Island, so this is probably blue Tron. And if they don't lead with a Tron piece, it means they're not going to get Tron right away. So maybe we're okay with this. We'll just play the Vial. If we draw on a land there, I think we play Arbiter. But I think we want to start ticking up the Vial. The opponent did mulligan to 4. So I mean, we could just completely wreck them with the Arbiter, just turning off their map. But I think we would rather just play a little bit more conservatively, not just try to get them. And we bricked. All right, well. So we can play Figure and pump it. The next turn we can play a 2. Yeah, the opponent can now like do Condescend. I feel pretty good about my decision to play the Vial first instead. Tower, yeah, so it is blue Tron of some kind. Could be Heavy Eldrazi, could be not. All right, end step, Vial, yes. Figure, pump Figure. And then if they have bounce target artifacts for 1 mana on the Vial, that would be kind of bad. Looks like they will. No? So they want to keep counterspell mana up instead, which makes some sense. So let's see. We do kind of want to play the Fulminator this turn. Hmm. You can condescend this for 1 if you feel like it. We could just repeal the Vial for 1 here. Oh, Cyclonic Rift. Wow. That was not what I expected. Treasure Mage, okay. Yes, he's debating about rifting the Vial, which I think the opponent should have done. So Treasure Mage can't search because of Arbiter, and opponent concedes. Interesting. So the game was about to get interesting because we were about to play something good. Thalia, Ajani, whatever. All right, so Tron. I guess we'll go with Blood Moon. Blue Tron. We probably want Stony. Might want some number of Wear Tear. Probably have Wormcoil, maybe Platinum Angel. It could be like Mindslaver, Maps, Oblivion Stone. Probably not enough for Valorous Stance. Alright, so what's bad? Lovemancer can hit Treasure Mage. Lightning Bolt in general is probably pretty bad. Vial is bad with Stony, but otherwise can be very good. Just to resolve our spells. Probably don't want 4-path to Exiles, because we're probably only going to have Wormcoil and maybe Platinum Angel. I think we want some number of Wear Tears. Maybe we just take out the Vials. Would make sense. Then we have to basically just make sure we get a basic Plains on our side at some point, so that when we resolve Blood Moon, we can cast all our white spells. Alright, bring it on the draw, leaving in the cavern. See if we can get a luck counter. Go Spirit Guide, turn to Blade Splicer. I'm going to keep, but this is not an exciting Spirit Guide unless we can draw a 2-drop. Thalia or Arbiters is acceptable. Ooh, that's kind of acceptable too. Turn to Blood Moon. I guess they have ways to bounce it. They have Repeal and Cyclonic Rift. So it's not nearly the game over type card as it is against some decks. Alright, that's also acceptable. So now the opponent will probably condescend the Thalia for 1, and I think we do pay for it with the Spirit Guide. So this could be interesting. No? Okay. Power Plant Tower. We're getting closer. Arbiter. No. Okay. So I don't want the opponent to just be able to untap and play mine and play like Karn. if we play Splicer, it can condescend for 1. If they plus Karn, that's kind of bad for us. I would really feel foolish if I didn't Ghost Quarter them here. And then we lost because of it. This Karn goes up to like 10. That's a lot of damage. So if I pitch Spirit Guide to cast Blood Moon, that is not going to go over well. So they condescend for 1, untap Karn, we're just completely dead. I think I do pitch Spirit Guide though. Get the Blade Splicer out. I'll quarter their. I kind of want to do their tower, but I feel like since they played the power plant, I might do that. I guess I'll still just do the tower. It can mean anything. So in the upkeep, let's kill the tower. They didn't float mana in response, which means they don't have like a thirst for knowledge. That's good. So now I feel a little better because they're further away from Tron. And if they play an Oblivion Stone, we have the Wear Tear for it. All right, there's another solid card. They didn't condescend my Blade Splicer, so I'm inclined to believe they just don't have it. The opponent goes down to 12. We have 6 on board, so we could go to 9 on board. We're just going to play this guy. Blow up that power plant. Meta Leak, okay. That's fine. Teleria West. Probably going for a Tron piece. There's the mine. They played an island last turn, so I'm guessing they don't have any pieces. They should have gotten the tower, because there's a tower in the graveyard, because it makes it more likely that they draw the mine, because there's 3 towers and 3 mines left. If they got the tower, there would be 4 mines and 2 towers left, and they need a tower. Or I mean, yeah, they should have gotten the tower so they can get the mine, because yeah, then they'd have 4 outs instead of 3 outs. All right. So if they want map, pay, tower, it's 5. They can play a 4 mana artifact. All right, we'll start by attacking. Repeal the token. Okay. So you take 3. Go to 9. We could play Blade Splicer, we'd have lethal on board, or we could play Blood Moon to play around them ripping one of the 3 towers. We can't play Blood Moon because of our Thalia. So it'd be Stony Silence or Blade Splicer. Oh, we could Ghost Quarter them is the other thing we could do. I don't think we have enough on board. If they just play like a Worm Coil, we could be in rough shape if we go that route. So I think we're just going to play Splicer and pass. Now they kind of have to go land and something good. There's land. Repeal. Thalia. Interesting. Not the Golem token. So now I think I play Thalia and Ghost Quarter their the power plant. Is that right? I just play another Splicer. What are they trying to do? Why did they bounce Thalia? Doesn't make sense. And then they mana leak it. They draw 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not a thing. They're trying to cast a spell that costs 6. That won't help them. I think I want to go with Splicer. Mana leak, untap Worm Coil. So let's just condescend. Interesting. No more than one creature can attack each combat. No more than one creature can block each combat. Okay. Well, you could just condescend me again. Or mana leak. No, you can't. Yeah, you can mana leak. So I don't have Thalia. Oh, but then I can just pay for it. Crush you with my fist. Mana leak. Okay. So the opponent's at 4. I kind of just want to bolt the opponent. But I think I need to deal with this Arbiter. Well, dealt with that. It could be like Snapcaster Mage, flashing back Repeal, get some blocks on. Let's play Thalia first. Okay. Then I guess the other card would be Repeal the Golem. It's the only one that makes sense here. Okay. Or that. Alright, let's see what the opponent did with the Scry, because this is relevant if we Ghost Quarter. Card on top and top. So he topped both, knowing that this is what was going to transpire. So I think that we want to Ghost Quarter. And I'll target the power plant. Yeah. It says controller may search, so they could choose not to, but they still lose their land. Now they have 5 lands instead of 6, which could be relevant if their plan is to Wormcoil. Okay, so they are searching. They did not cast anything. Thirst for knowledge. They're digging, trying to find an answer. Treasure Mage, that's a blocker. Gets Wormcoil. Uh-oh. So if I didn't Ghost Quarter, well, we don't know what they would have drawn. This Needle Spires is lethal if I can get it active. I kind of want to tech edge their mine though, to keep Wormcoil from coming down. Not sure what I'm drawing into though. Not going to attack. Opponent was at 4 with a Silent Arbiter out. We had a Bolt in our hand. Oh, whiffed. Oh, man. This game is a close one. I don't want to play the Blood Moon because it could lock us out of white mana for Ajani. If we draw a land, then we'll just wait for the opponent to tap out for Wormcoil, then we tap out for Ajani and kill the opponent. Had I known that was on top of my deck, I would not have tech edged the opponent, obviously. Yep, thirst again. Opponent's thirsty. Discarded Platinum Angel before. This time they discard 2 islands. Interesting. So they just opted not to cast Wormcoil, unless they drew like Island Power Plant. They're just like, well, I'll keep Power Plant. That's a possibility. Oh, Spreading Seas. Okay. So they're being a little conservative about it. They're not casting the Wormcoil. So we could cast Path to Exile here and go for the win. I suspect that that's not going to happen. I'd rather set it up next turn where I go like end step, Path to Exile, your Treasure Mage, my turn, attack for lethal, even path my own dude so that I could cast a Ajani. I'm not really sure what's happening here. I think the opponent probably thinks we have a burn spell in hand, and they're trying to keep up counterspell mana. Trying to play around a burn spell in our hand, which we do kind of have. So we could path the Treasure Mage. That'll get counterspell for. I think that we're not in a rush to resolve that play though. Probably just thirst again. Repeal a Blade Splicer. I could path it. I think that's not good. Let's do it. Next turn I'll replay it. There's the mine. There's Big Daddy Wormcoil. It's got 2 mana up. So I think that means mana leak. Which means I think we path the Wormcoil. Because if we path our own guy, and you can just let that resolve, then mana leaks are Ajani. But if we path the Wormcoil, it probably counter that. Then we have a route to victory with our Ajani. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 1. Okay. All right, untapped land of any variety is a victory. Can we do it? Can we do it? We did it! Boom. Cat victory. Good games.